About a week later, Maurice asked about also cutting 2 songs from my demo, Where Do We Go From Here, which I'd written with Ross Vanelli, and Here Today and Gone Tomorrow for the new album. And I explained that I'd given Harvey that song, but I asked if he could also cover it at the same time, and he said, no, unfortunately, we don't do that. Earth, Wind & Fire never covers any song that anybody else does. So, as I said, my compass, my honesty compass comes through my father, and I called my dad. I explained the dilemma, and he heard me completely out, and he followed that with a minute of silence, and then he finally said, well, did you first give Harvey your word to cut the song? And I said, yeah, I did. And then there was this long silence followed finally by my pop saying, well, you know what I would do. So a couple of days later, David sat me down and said, do you realize the opportunity you're getting here? I mean, they're cutting 2 songs already, and we're thinking of taking that song and possibly opening the record with it. And you should explain, this to Harvey and ask if, maybe he could cut something else of yours. And that sure made sense, but I was young and naive, and I thought, well, geez, I've already got Can't Let Go, and Where Do We Go From Here? And they're getting cut. So maybe I could really show my range off by keeping this with Harvey, making new friends that are top musicians, and I wouldn't offend anybody. So ultimately, I kept it that way. And the session with Harvey went great. I tracked with the musicians above that I talked about, and I got to play the solos, and I arranged the strings and horns for it. But in the meantime, Where Do We Go From Here, which again was co-written with Ross, was recorded, and I got to do the arrangement, but it was dropped at the very end of the record when a deal was made for publishing, and it was reached between the writers and Maurice White for the song After the Love Is Gone. They finally gave in, and he got some publishing, so it ended up on an Earth, Wind & Fire album, something like 10 years later. It was on an album called The Promise, but it didn't make it on that one.